Hello guys and welcome to another round of the ACC League hosted by simracing.gp. Obviously this is our Friday league, so this is the Simpit. Glad you can join us this evening. We've got a couple of guys out at the moment for free practice, so we'll get over to them very shortly. Just going over formalities again. There's a 40-minute race, 45-minute race with a mandatory pit stop for tyre changes. They're allowed to obviously do anything else and refuel or not, so it's up to them. So, let's get over to the track. As I put the wrong overlay on for you. Currently on board with Mr. John Crane. Just going to adjust one thing for you guys quickly, so give me a moment. There we go. So John Crane comes in with the first time of practice of a 2:09. Just put myself into performance mode. There we go. So guys, I do have the chat open. Please let me know how we're doing this evening. I am going to be keeping an eye on the chat. So again guys, this is the Simpit ACC League, hosted every Friday night. Or Friday afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Hope you all had a good week and a good start of the weekend. With the F1 coming up, we've also got Sebring 12-hour qualification going on. So, all good things going on this weekend. BX Carl's put a lap time in now as well of a 2 minutes 10.3. Guys, don't forget, this is just free practice. This is not qualifying just yet. So guys, if you want me to click onto anyone in particular, let me know and we'll click onto them. As we have our other Ferrari driver, first time he's been able to make it with us tonight. He's currently sat in the pit lane. So Mr. John Crane puts it nice and close to the wall. So the little orange bars, guys, like and the yellow bars are next to the drivers' names. That's telling me they're pink to connection to the server. So it looks like Mr. Friday, I've actually got a better connection with him this week. Still a little bit hoppy, but it's a little bit better than it was. SPX Carl is now out on track in the Honda, so we'll switch over to him for a minute. So guys in the chat, gonna ask you, are you looking forward to, so we've just got into this qualifying now. No, they're gonna hate me about this one because I didn't know it was gonna be this dark. I did change the settings for 5 o'clock start. So the guys will be going out on track very shortly. Yes, so as I said, are you guys looking forward to the new DLC coming out on Tuesday? Does look very interesting. I do know most of the cars that are coming. We have the new Audi Evo 2. We have the new Lamborghini Huracan Supergiaffe Evo 2. We have the BMW M2 CS, what is going to be a new class of car completely. It's TCX. What is a touring car championship that runs in GT World Challenge America. We've also got the Ferrari 488 Challenge. That's also another cup car. And the final car that I know of is the Porsche 992 cup car. So, should be interesting, should be fun. A lot of interesting combinations of stuff that's going to be racing. I'm looking at hosting some races on Thursday, 2 days after the DLC comes out, so it gives time for people to get hold of it. I'm going to be hosting races with myself and Adam Christodoulou. I don't know if Adam's going to be able to make the races, but we are doing his races through his community on simracing.gp. So keep an eye out on there. I'll also be doing some late races on Friday. Doing the same races, and those will be hosted through the Simpit because they'll be running on American servers. So, we'll switch over. Let's go to the interior view from the Honda. As it comes down Conrod. Going down towards the chase. The Honda is still known as one of the quickest cars down the straight here. So it's into the... We do have lag. I know he does have internet issues. Let's have a look how the rest of the other guys are going on. This car unfortunately dips it right at the end. He doesn't want to drop it there. It's a very nice, powerful Lexus comes up. Yeah, so I do apologise that the guys are looking a bit sketchy on my screen. It is due to internet connections. We do have the server set to West Coast America. Sorry, East Coast America. Obviously, I'm in Europe. And obviously, we've got guys from East Coast America, West Coast America. The driver we're on with at the moment, I am Friday. He is from Trinidad and Tobago. So, we've got people connected from lots of places. So, we are trying to get the server to be substantial and safe enough for everyone. As I'll go to Ken in his Ferrari. Let's see if he's got all his lights on. Yes, he does. As Mr. Heiko Whipperman comes around the outside. Oh, sorry, Heiko Sherman, who raced for Whipperman Racing. That's why I get so confused with it. So he does have that brand new BMW right up behind him. Oh, these two are going to get close here. Is Ken going to hold? Mr. Heiko behind him. Because Heiko's actually on a fast lap. As we see the sparks of the Ferrari. As it comes down into the dipper. Again, dropping sparks. Go down into the fast last part on the SSD Forest Elbow here. Hopefully Heiko now can use the drag of the Ferrari in the toe to use it to help him get by. And he has. So currently, Mr. Friday is in first place with a 2:06.890. Psycho puts in a 2:12.0. We definitely expect him to be a lot faster, as he gets very loose coming out of Hell Corner. Oh, Deadman, that sucks, man. Psycho gets very nice and close to the wall there. I do apologise, I had to mute my mic there for a second. Yes. Having that PC just keep refreshing every 2 seconds, mate, while you try to start, it's going to suck. Psycho puts a new fastest lap in of a 2:06.5. Mr. John Crane in less than a thousandth of a second behind. Top 3 guys are putting in some very fast laps times right now. Mr. Carl is in the pits. Let's have a look on board with Ken. So it does look like one of our other drivers is not going to make it, unfortunately, due to his PC not working. So this is the newest Ferrari driver that we've had join the grid. And I'm going to be very sensible. I'm not going to try to butcher his name, so I'm going to go by his team name, what is C3 POW, or C3PO. Sparks absolutely fly off that Ferrari. This guy is currently the fastest on track with a 2:05.1. He's got a 1.3 second lead. As I correct that, as he goes hard into the wall at sunset, as Heiko now goes fastest with a 2:04.6, half a second up. As Heiko's off the track as well. So at the moment we've got Mr. Ken Estep and Mr. John Crane currently out on track. So just under 9 minutes to go now of qualifying. Let's see if Mr. John Crane can improve. He's currently 4 tenths up on his fastest. And he does improve. Unfortunately, does keep it down in third. Needs to find another second to jump 1 more place up. BX Carl is Mr. Brendan Carl is currently still sat in the pits. He hasn't put a lap time in yet. So it looks like everyone is out on track other than Mr. BX Carl now. Ken Estep is currently half a second up on his best as John goes into the wall at sunset as well. Come on, Mr. Ken. Let's keep this going. He's dropped a little bit of time. He's only 2 tenths up now. But can he gain more time in the final sector? So he comes down into the chase. He's holding his 2 tenths up. Two and a half tenths up, that's nice. That's a nice improvement. Still more time to get out there and keep pushing. You'll get it. Everyone else is currently on an out lap by one person who is our friend C3PO. He's currently down on this time, but very, very minimal. So we'll switch over to his Ferrari. He's very close to the all there fast. So I'd love to give you this at camera angle, but unfortunately just due to connections it's a little bit sketchy sometimes. As he is currently 2 tenths up. He's losing a little bit of time now. Still 2 tenths up. Can he find 3 tenths in the last couple of corners? He's found another 10th. He's half second up. Can he do it? Can he keep it? Yes, that puts him on pole. With a very close time. Very, very tight. So this should be a very nice, good race here today. As Brendan Cole is now out on track, but he is in the wall. Oh, he pulls straight into the line of traffic. As he hits Mr. Friday. That is majorly unfortunate for Mr. Carl there. As our friend C3PO is up even more on his time now. He is 6 tenths up. Can he break into the 203s? Let's have a look. Let's keep on board with him. It was on my screen. Does look like he went into the wall there. But he hasn't. He's kept going. Oh, relative said he had a 17-second gap. That's unfortunate, Carl. Get back out there, Carl. Get a lap in. As we said, is he going to get a 146, 143? Currently at the moment, he's on the edge of being close. He's definitely going to hit it. It's a massive whole 1 second up there, nearly. 203.7. With him 8 tenths faster than Mr. Heiko. Heiko's not going to want that. Kent Estep is currently a whole second, 1.8 up on his time. Kent's found some bit of speed. So these will be the last couple of laps now coming in. Heiko needs to get out there and get this lap in. So Ken goes nearly 2 seconds faster. With a 209.870. Brendan Cole won't get a lap in, so he's going to start at the back. Mr. Friday's also accepted that he's going to start maybe in P4 unless Ken can get past him. As we just had another fastest lap come in. Sorry, I do apologise. I thought we set a new time, but he hasn't. He's currently 2 seconds down, so he's gonna either. Oh, connection. Whee, there's a lot of lag spike there going on. I don't know if that's my connection at all. And also, guys, I hope I am not dropping any frames. Doesn't. So I'll click on to Mr. Heiko's. This is his final chance. It's currently 7 tenths down, unfortunately, though. So, whoa! I do not know what's going on with the connection, guys. I do apologise. Heiko is 6 tenths down on his lap, so now 7 tenths of the episode. He's unfortunately not going to improve. Mr. John Crane has gone back to the pit, so he's going to start P3. Ken Estep is 1.3 seconds up again. So Ken is gaining a lot of time, but then he just lost a load of time as well. I say he lost a lot of time. That's because he started another lap. So I do apologise. So Mr. Ken Estep will be started P5. So the only person who can improve right now is the leader. And I think we will be all good here. Yeah, he is the only car on track, so he will take pole. So your starting grid will be Mr. C3PO, Mr. Heiko Sherman, John Crane, Red Friday, Ken Estep, and Brandon Carl. I'll take a short break and we'll be back very shortly. So guys, we are back. The guys are currently just on their formation lap, working their way up the mountain. So the time in game is 6:05 in the morning. It's a bit brighter. It's a bit. Line conditions are roughly the same as they had in free practice. As oh my god, guys, we just had the leader spin slightly, coming out of the Audi cutting and hitting the front end of the car into the wall. Doesn't look like it was any light scuff, so we'll get over there now. But the leader has just actually scuffed the front of his car into the wall. I wonder if that's going to affect him during the main part of this race. So we're coming over sunset for the first time. Guys are trying to get heat into the tyres and brakes. So, on pole we do have Mr. Ona Shikiran, Hyper Whipperman in second, John Crane in third, Ahmed Friday in fourth, Ken Estep in fifth, and Mr. Brandon Carl bringing up the rear in P6. Unfortunately, Mr. Deadman could not make it into the race tonight. His PC has been playing up, so unfortunately that will go down as a did not start. Right, guys, just get the last bit of heat into the tyres now, just before they come up to double file. Again, guys, I do apologise if I sound ill. I am still recovering from my sinus issue. Still ongoing, but it is getting better now, thankfully. So guys, I'm getting told now to line up double file. Ready for the start. So we'll switch over to the helicopter camera. Go on board with the leader. Does seem to be a bit all over the shot. Hopefully he can keep it together. So as you can see, guys, now on the screen we do have an orange bar with the number 1 in it. That means they have not taken a mandatory pit stop yet. There is a 10-minute pit window that they have to take that pit stop in, and that will come up in the halfway mark of this race. So if they don't pit and they don't change, or if they do pit and they don't change tyres, that will not change to a green bar, and they will get a penalty given to them at the end of the race. As Heiko's a little bit far back. As we go green here at Bathurst for the Simpit ACC League here at Mount Panorama. This BX car makes a nice pass on Ken around the outside to turn 1. This guy's powering her way up the mountain for the first time under full aggression for the race. Just making sure we get the right time screen that we want, and we now do. Unfortunately, we are not using the really nice overlays. I need to sort that out with the guys from Low Fuel Motorsport. The Ferrari is pulling away here from Mr. Heiko Whipperman. This is something I did not expect. The BMW is a good strong car here. Looks like everyone has got through the mountain for the first time clean. We'll look a bit further back as Brandon Carl is close, a little bit closer than anyone else. See if he can keep it together. A little bit squirrely that under braking, but nicely through. Big Carl is one of the guys who is running a full custom livery as well. Because he had sent me the files, I can show you as Mr. Ken Estep has gone off. Oh, Ken, oh no, what happened there? Let's have a look. Oh, let's go back a bit further, it looks like. So did Ken lose it under braking? See from my replay to set itself back up. So it doesn't look like there's any damage to his car. Just looks like Ken lost it under brakes, unfortunately. That's a lovely camera there. One of the best camera shots there is in the game of the Audi cutting. So we're coming up past the park. Coming over Sunset. Down into the dipper for the second time now on the power. Down the rest of the S's, coming down in towards Forest Elbow. Now down onto Conrod. P3 is falling back a little bit. 2 seconds back now from Mr. Heiko here. Heiko's keeping just that 2 second gap, just that 1.8 behind. He needs to get out a little bit more. It does seem that the Ferrari is pulling away though, at the front. So we'll switch over to the Lexus. As Heiko has gone off. Oh no, Heiko, what happened there? Let's have a replay. So Heiko's gone down all the way down to 5th place. That is a very strange incident there, Heiko. What's gone on there? Heiko is still sat in the wall. This was Mr. Ken Estep in front of him now. What has happened here? We will switch over, but I am going to keep an eye on that yellow flag. As Heiko has retired the car. I don't know if that's an issue with his steering wheel. That's the thing, guys. With wheel damage, issues that happen to your steering wheels, your PCs, your pedals, anything like that is the way that we can have mechanical failures like the cars do. So, unfortunately, that does mean he's retired from the race completely. He did back out the server. What's understandable because we are still very, very early in. But that will go down as a DNF for him. But as he did start, I do believe that he would still gain points for showing. We will have to check that through simracing.gp at the end. It will be after the stream, but I will update the points as Brandon Carl is also had a mess up here coming into the. See what happens to Mr. Brandon Carl. Just the back just stepped out on him. Unfortunate. He has got getting back going though. As we look at the battle here, the Lexus is closing on that Aston Martin as we're coming up Mountain Straight. So all the relatives you guys are seeing are to each individual car. As you can see, Miss Sir Jan is 9 seconds up in front of Mr. John Crane, who has Mr. Friday half a second back from him. And then the gap to Mr. Friday and Mr. Brandon Carr is 20 seconds now, unfortunately, with Ken a further 12 seconds back. Can Alexis keep in touch with that Aston Martin for come down Conrad as they go through Forest Elbow? He is in the draft. Can the Lexus keep up and get past him in the chase? Doesn't look like it. The gap is still staying the exact same. I think he's just a little bit too far back, unfortunately, to get past him on this lap. Let's have a look from the front split of the Lexus. Much closer now. Nope, we've got the lights flashing. Mr. I Am Friday is definitely pushing it. Definitely wants to get past. As we'll look back from Mr. John Crane's Aston Martin house. The Lexus looks to the inside. Oh, does get out of it early. Nope. I don't know if that's... Yeah, that's again, that's connection. So it says that on Friday was yellow, but that wasn't thought. That was just connection at my end. It's all over Mr. John Crane here. Over Sunset, down into the dipper. We can still see the Lexus right behind us. He's only 0.4 of a second. He is 2/10 faster this time. Is he going to be able to have the toe down the straight? Just touches the wall a little bit. Friday is now right behind him. But Lexus does have the pull now. Mr. John Crane is backing out of it. So that does put the Lexus up into P2. They have a long gap now to Mr. Friday. Sir John, he's 14.8 seconds up the road. Oh! So that Mr. Friday gets very loose. Cut out of hell corner. Can Mr. John Crane now use that to his advantage? Oh, keep it. He has. That was very, very close. This has put John Crane down right onto his back bumper. Can John Crane now get past? John does look to be falling back here on the top of the mountain. Yeah, he was very close. He's now 2 seconds back. As the leader's best lap is currently a 2:04.072. Pulling away very nicely at the front here. Currently pulling by the best laps times from 2.2 seconds. No, sorry, a 2.5 second gap a lap. Showing his absolute dominance as he comes into the ACC league, hosted by simracing.gp, and obviously the guys here at the Simpit. As John Crane has now unfortunately fallen back. We'll switch over to the leader. That's what we'll do, is we'll go on board for... Whoa, very close. I thought he was going into the wall there. So let's go on board with the Ferrari for one lap. So as we come back. Oh, Heiko. That's so unlucky, buddy. We were wondering if it was like a steering wheel issue or something like that. But having an ACC literally die and take the PC with it, that is massive shame, buddy. That has got to be definitely one of the most frustrating things possible. That's Ken Est. Oh, Ken's been in the walls. Fortunately, I did miss that. But Ken's car is definitely heavily damaged here. Yeah, that Ferrari has definitely seen better days. Luckily, ACC does do full damage repair, including the floor. But this will put him quite a way down, because this is going to be a long pit stop. Plus, it's outside the pit window, so this will not count as his mandatory pit stop either. But that car is definitely undrivable and needed to be pitted. And then Friday is still pulling away from John Crane. So Mr. Adam Friday here, just going through the speed trap. It is the fastest car by 6 kilometres. Ken Estep is still in the pit. Definitely took a lot of damage. As the pit window opens now, so, oh, if Ken was able to stay out for one more lap, he would have been able to make it his one pit stop. So the guys can now come into the pits to change those tyres that they have to do. Let's see if anyone comes in on this lap. Yes, as Mr. Friday makes his way into the pits. As Mr. John Crane also comes in a bit. John is going all grass track racing. So this would be a race off of pit lane. Who could be the fastest? Who can get up onto their jacks, get off their jacks as quick as possible, and get going. So this is a battle to see if who's got manual pit starter on, because it will help here. Let's hope both guys made it onto the jacks directly square. Mr. Brandon Carl's going to come in here for his mandatory stop straight away as well. So we know Mr. Ken has to come in for his mandatory stop. Unfortunately, he's already had to stop. His last pit stop took him 1 minute 49 seconds due to the damage. Mr. Crane is losing time still in the pits. So Mr. Friday's already left the pits. John Crane was stationary for 42 seconds. He lost 9 seconds there in the pits. So Ken will have to come in and take his mandatory stop. As the leader's coming around now. Let's see if the leader comes in to take his mandatory stop. No, he is staying out for another lap. Unfortunately, John Crane did lose time in that pit. Let's see Mr. Adam Friday going up. Coming past the park. So all the crowds are in the early mornings here. BX car is still stationary on the pits lane. His pit stop's taking a long time. Currently been sat now still for 1 minute long, and he's still not out of the pits. Brandon Carl was in the pits for a whole minute and 7 seconds stationary. So he lost a good 30 seconds there. So Mr. John Crane is in the wall. Oh, no, John. What happened there? Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, just pushed a little bit too hard on those cold tyres. Oh, that's a massive unfortunate one there for Mr. John Crane. There's definitely going to be quite a lot of front end damage here. He does have quite a big gap, so will he take another pit stop just to fix that front end? No, he is staying out. So Mr. Ken Estep will have to come in for the pits within the next 5 minutes, as he does look like he's in his next car. Did show me a yellow flag there for Carl. Yeah, it's BX Carl's got major front end damage. So let's have a look what happened to Carl. Oh, he lost it just coming into the dipper. The exit sunset. That's both the leader and Mr. Ken Estep is now in the pits. There's quite a lot of damage there on the front of that Honda. Or if you are the American guys, the Acura. But it is a Honda. Is he going to come in for a secondary pit stop? No, he is staying out. So the car is controllable. As we'll see, our leader is in the pits. Saturday and Friday is only just coming out of Forest Elbow. As our leader is still in the pits. So he was stationary for 39 seconds, so he did lose 6 seconds there to Mr. Friday. Just from being an extra bit of stationary, but everyone now has taken in mandatory pit stop. It's now just a race to the end. And you can see he's trying to get some temperature into these brand new tyres. I hope everyone is having a lovely day. Unfortunate to our two guys who have had computer issues today. As Mr. Adam Friday loses it coming into out of hell corner. What's happened here? Oh, he just went straight on. Gotta have a look at that again from a different angle. Let's have a look. Oh, my replay is unfortunately messed me up. It's Mr. Brandon Carl also currently got a yellow flag as he cuts over. Brandon Carl's just disappeared. I wonder if that's a connection issue as well. Brandon Carl, if you can hear us, let us know. So we are down to 4 guys remaining out on track. As the leader is coming up to behind Mr. Ken. Hopefully it gives him enough warning that he is there. We've just gone under 19. Well, just got up to 19 minutes remaining of the race. Mr. Brandon Cole is no longer in voice chat, so I believe that he's had his internet issues again. And again, as we said, like internet issues, PC issues, steering wheel issues are classed as technical failures of the vehicle, because unfortunately we can't have electronic failures, engine failures in the sim. So having these issues with disconnects and stuff like that is a way that we can turn around and say it's like when you've had these issues. So Mr. Ken Estep is getting the blue flags now. Remember, this is GT rules. He does not have to get out the way. He just cannot defend if the guy makes a lunge on him. So he doesn't have to get out of the way. Very fair there. Didn't even decide. Yeah, that was very fair there by Mr. Canester. Could have dived on him. He left the door there for the overtake to be made. He made it very slowly, unfortunately. But he did go to get past. It was clean. So, Mr. Imam Surjan for Friday, he is currently got a 30-second gap to P2 here, Mr. Friday. He has currently a 17-second gap to Mr. John Crane. I think this is going to be our finish position, guys, unless any more random disconnects happen or another massive crash. Does look like the Lexus didn't put it into the wall, so it does look lucky there. From his excursion earlier on. It just looked like he went deep into turn 1. So Mr. John Crane, at the moment, per lap, everyone at the moment in the race is actually faster than they were in qualifying. Well, it's good to see. So we'll go on board with Anna Friday in the Lexus. The noise this thing makes is absolutely lovely as we come over sunset here. So the sun continues to rise. You can see that damage on the hood as the hood's flapping from Mr. John Crane. A few scratches on the windshield from the damage as well. As Ken comes into turn 1. We'll go on board with the leader for a couple of laps now. Just having a look through my cameras, guys, to see which one's going to give us the best views. There's definitely TV cameras too. Definitely the better view. I'm going to take a very short break myself, guys, so I will leave you with a game sound. I will leave you with the screen as it is. I'm not going to come off it. I just need to take a 5-minute break. So we've got Alan Friday here, pulled over to the side. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to go back 60 seconds and just see what goes on. Because it looks like he's just pulled over to the side. So this is giving Mr. John Crane back P2. I wonder if this is another person who's had another major issue. I wonder if he's just lost gears on his car. He has got back going. Oh, I know what's happened here. Ladies and gentlemen, he's unfortunately hitting his ignition button here on the car. Ken Estep's now gone stationary as well. He's got back going. So he needed to go do a complete refire of that car. Let's have a look back what happened with Ken a couple of seconds ago. Looks like Ken went back into the wall again. I didn't go back unfortunately far enough. So our leader now has nearly a minute lead. So I step away for just a couple of moments. We do have quite a few interesting things happen there. Mr. John Crane is unfortunately 58 seconds back from P1. But from being so far back behind Mr. Friday, he now has a 40-second gap. So John Crane not taking that pit stop for the damage has actually saved him and got him up one more place. But can he keep it going for the last 9 minutes of this race? So, ladies and gentlemen, for the next events that we have coming up, we are going to be going to the Nürburgring next week, and we do have reports that the weather is going to be raining there. And then the week after, the 1st of April, we will have the final race of the season, Spa. And then this is going to be the very short season here for the first one, all wrapped up. We are then going to go into season 2 a little bit while afterwards. We're going to be sitting down with the boss, Mr. Sean Cole, because he definitely wants to take part in this. So hopefully that will drag some more people to come join us. And also, we're going to be looking at a new start time and maybe even a new day, so keep an eye out on the Discord. Also, I know he'll be posting it up in the Patreon chats as well, maybe as an email. Also, he will be saying about it on the live streams on Fridays, just before our stream on Twitch. So keep an eye on that. Also, we just have posted up a new video today about the Butt Kicker Pros that have just been released. So keep an eye on all our social medias as we're coming up into the last just under 7.5 minutes to go now. Mr. Ken Estep is in the pits. I believe he's just gonna finish the damage and just keep finishing the race. I hope he stays out on track. They've got a couple minutes to go. Also, don't forget, guys, next week on Tuesday, the new DLC comes out for ACC. The Challenger Pack, what's going to bring us quite a few more new cars. I will be hosting some races on the Thursday in the evening in UK time. They'll be hosted on Adam Christodoulou's SimRacing.gp community, so join there. Also, after next week's league race here, same time next week, I most likely will also do some late night Friday races for the American guys, and those will be hosted here on the Simpit ACC server, so keep an eye out for those. It's coming up to just 6 minutes to go now. Roughly 3 laps to go. This is Mr. John Crane now. Is 1 minute 2 seconds back. Mr. Friday is 41 seconds back from Mr. Mr. John Crane, sorry. Mr. Ken Estep is staying out on track. He is just fixed the damage. He will be a couple of laps. He's 3 laps down now, unfortunately. But the answer is he is still in the race. He's not giving up. He's going to make that Ferrari get to the end. And also, guys, if you ever want to help with this guys from the Simpit, also you can help through Patreon. You can just help just by even just jumping in, giving the channels all a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe here on YouTube, on the Simpit's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. We've also got the Simpit Crew channel, what is for other community creators from the group ourselves. Mr. Deadman himself, he posted a load of stuff up for WRC up on the Simpit Crew channel, so keep an eye on that channel as well. But if you're also looking to help with the broadcast, maybe you want to come in and help commentate with myself, or even like share some broadcast duties, let me know, or let the guys in the Simpit know. And every little thing can help the community. We'd love to keep making this grow, get bigger and bigger. Hopefully next season we'll have even more cars out on track with us. I may even do another mini series in between now and the next GT3 series, and do a one make series. So keep an eye out for that in the Discord as well. As we just got it to now into the chase with Mr. John Crane. We'll switch over to our leader, who's still pumping out fast laps. Still, currently, this last lap was a 2:04.2. His best is a 2:03.6. He's absolutely making this Ferrari sing and dance around this track. Well, it's great to see. Mr. John Crane just did his fastest lap of the race with a 2:06.600. As we do look like we'll be going on just a couple, 2 laps left, maybe. Yeah, I do believe we will have 2 laps remaining when the leader crosses the line. So this will be the second to last lap, unless Mr. Onak here decides to ease off just at the end, as he has a 1:05 gap. He could save the lap, doing the extra lap, but that's down to him. He could still go, no, I'm going to push for it. But either way, we are coming up to the end of another very hard race here at Bathurst. The mountain never seems to ever have an easy race for even the pros, all the way down to the complete amateur level that we are completely racing in here. But the mountain always wants to take a victim, and unfortunately has taken quite a few victims tonight. Either put them into the wall, having disconnect issues. So, oh, it looks like there he smacked the wall, but again, I think that's no, there is no damage on the side of that Ferrari. So he did actually make contact there. So it's coming up to 1 minute remaining. He does have a 1:10 gap. Literally, as we say that, there is 1:10 in the race remaining as well. So guys, is he going to ease off and take the win this lap, or are we going to go for one final lap? But either way, like I say, this has been a very, very dominant win coming up for Mr. Einar. So Jan, sorry, I really am butchering your name, and I do apologise. So the leader is going to do another lap. He is going to say, no, I am pushing this around. As we go over the line at 17 seconds remaining of the time. Could have eased off. As we heard the Lexus just thunder us past the TV camera. Okay, so we are now officially on the final lap now. The time has expired. So we will stay on board with the leader, and then we'll click onto each individual car to watch them come across the line. As Mr. Ken Estep just put his fastest lap in of 2:08. John, where the hell, Mr. Ken, where the hell is that time coming from? Should have done that in qualifying, my friend. It's definitely found more confidence over this race period. As we come over sunset now for the final time, on board with the leader. So Mr. John Crane just put his fastest lap in as well of a 2:06.3. Best that I am seeing here has put in a 2:03.692 as his fastest lap of the race. So the Lexus is slowing up. He does have damage. He's going to let the leader pass. Yeah, he has his hazards on, so I do believe he has damage as well, or so you can physically see. Just wants to bring it home. So I'm down at Will Come Home in P1, followed by Mr. S. I Am Friday in P3. We'll switch over to Mr. John Crane as he comes around to finish his final lap. We'll see where Mr. Ken Estep is on circuit. We'll actually go to Ken as he's going to cross the line before Mr. John Crane. I do apologise, guys. I know the sniffing is not great. I am ill. So Mr. Ken Estep will gain 4th place here. That's going to push him up the points, considering we've had some guys unfortunately drop out. So Mr. Ken Estep comes home in 4th. We'll finish over here with Mr. John Crane, who Is that an eventful one with that front end damage? But, but guys, it has been another very interesting race here with the Simpit, as always. So, everyone, my name's been M.Vowles. I am your race director as well as host tonight for the simracing.gp hosted ACC League for the guys in the Simpit. If you ever feel like joining, Iron Friday's wheel disconnected. That was his issue. He's just put that in the chat. That it wasn't that his ignition went off. He had a wheel disconnect, and after he had no force feedback. I have heard that that's happened quite a few times now with Fanatec wheels. It happened to Mr. George Boothby just last week in a major league race. Well, it's hosted by SimRacing.gp. No, not SimRacing.gp, sorry. By the SimGrid. One of their big major league races that he was racing with Jardier. And he had his wheel disconnect. He lost all his shifters. And then when he got his wheel back working, he had no force feedback at all. So, to the guys who are on circuit, congratulations to finishing the race. I know Bathurst is one of the hardest ones. And on Friday, well done for finishing with no force feedback after, unfortunately, having your wheel disconnect. But guys, as I said, we'll be back next week for Nürburgring. Or it's going to be a wet weather race. It will be raining there. So from me, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.